أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على مبعوث رحمة للعالمين محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبع بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. My dear respectable brothers and sisters, once more again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our ibadah and may Allah grant all of us al-Jannah bighayri hisab. As you can see the full house, bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will not delay. We'll go straight to Surah Az-Zumar, the ayats that have read to you from verse 66 to the end of the ayah of the chapter, right? Okay, so we stopped at verse 67 and I will continue bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is just a nutshell meaning I'm going to give you or narrate to you, and then thereafter I will pass the mic to our guest speaker Sheikh MAHMOUD Jallo bi-idhnillah ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful. He said, okay, the 57, yeah, 67 it says, okay, we're starting from the 56, 66 anyway. Balillaha fa'bud. He said, only Allah you must worship. Verse 66. Balillaha fa'bud. Only Allah you must worship. Wakun minash shakirin. And be amongst those who show gratitude, grateful to Allah. Wama qadarullaha haqqa qadri. Man did not estimate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way he should. وَالْأَرْضُ جَمِيعًا قَبْدَتُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He will hold the earth, will be in His hand the day of judgment. وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ مَتْوِيَّاتٌ بِيَمِينِهِ. And will also as well fold the skies above, demolish everything in His hands, just like a tennis or marble. Subhana, glory be to Allah. Wa ta'ala amma yushrikun. He is the Almighty Allah, the one who is far distance away from whatsoever they associated Him with. Now Allah wants to give you the scene. وَنُفِخَ فِي السُّورِ. The trumpet will be blown. The angel Israfil will blow the trumpet. فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ اللَّهِ. Everything will go to commotion. Everything. Except what Allah, whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes to leave or exempt from it. ثُمَّ نُفِخَ فِيهِ أُخْرَى. And the second time the trumpet will be blown again. فَإِذَا هُمْ قِيَامٌ يَنْظُرُونَ. The first trumpet, everything will die. Everyone go commotion and destroyed. And this second one, Allah said, everything will come out from the grave. يَنْظُرُونَ. We are all looking, standing, following the angel to go to the place of assembly. And when we gather, all of us, mankind, the jinn, and etc., Allah said, وَأَشْرَقَتِ الْأَرْضُ بِنُورِ رَبِّهَا. And the earth will be shined with the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَوُدِعَ الْكِتَابِ. And our records, every human and jinn records, will be set ready, open for it to be read before you. وَجِيءَ بِالنَّبِيِّينَ. And then the first category Allah will bring, Yawm al-Qiyamah, to question. They will bring the prophets and messengers. وَشُهَدَاء. And Allah will bring the shuhada, the martyrs, those who die for the sake of Allah. وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ. Allah will then judge amongst them with justice, in a just way, or just manner. وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. None of them will be oppressed or wronged. Never. وَوُفِّيَتْ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ. And every soul will be fully rewarded for its deeds. وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يَفْعَلُونَ. Indeed, Allah is well acquainted with every single thing they do. وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. After the judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those who disbelieve in Allah, they reject the path, they decline the truth, they will be led ila jahannama zumara. May Allah save us from that, Kareem. Amen. They will be led into the Jahannam in groups. Hatta idha ja'uha, until when they come by the door, the entrance of the hellfire, futihat abwabuha, and eventually the keepers will open the doors of the gates of the Jahannam. وَقَالَ لَهُمْ خَزَنَتُهَا, and the guards or the keepers of the hellfire will say to them, أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ رُسُلٌ مِّنْكُمْ يَتْلُونَ عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتِ رَبِّكُمْ, didn't you receive messengers from your Lord who do admonish you, or they used to admonish you, they rehearse or recite the verses, the words of Allah to you? وَيُنذِرُونَكُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا, and they warned you for this particular day, this day today? Didn't you have a warner? قَالُوا, and then the disbelievers will respond, they will say, بَلَى, indeed we receive them, وَلَكِنْ حَقَّتْ كَلِمَةُ الْعَذَابِ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ, but indeed today the punishments, chastisements, the trauma, the pain has been decreed or approved against the unbelievers. May Allah save us from that category. Amen. قِيلَ دُخُلُوا أَبْوَابَ جَهَنَّمَ, thereafter they will say to them, enter into the gates of the hellfire. But not only that, listen to this word, خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا, you will stay therein forever and ever. لَا يَمُوتُ فِيهَا وَلَا يَحْيَا, never you will die or you will leave. Now Allah continue in the ayah. He said, فَبِئْسَ مَثْوَى الْمُتَكَبِّرِينَ, what an evil place of abode for the arrogant ones. وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا, may Allah make us be amongst them, Ya Kareem. Amen. And those who fear their Lord will be led إِلَى جَنَّةٍ, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا رَبَّهُمْ, those who fear their Lord, they will be led إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ زُمَرًا, they will be led into Al-Jannah, paradise, in groups. حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءُوهَا, until when they come by the gates of Al-Jannah, وَفُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُهَا, they will open the gates of Jannah gently, beautifully, welcoming them. وَقَالَ لَهُمْ خَزَنَتُهَا, and the keepers, the guards of the Al-Jannah will say to the people, the dwellers of Al-Jannah, سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ تِبْتُمْ, peace be upon you, joy for you today. And Allah continues saying, فَدْخُلُوهَا خَالِدِينَ, enter into Al-Jannah forever, because you've worked well. May Allah make us be amongst them, Ya Kareem. وَقَالُوا, and then the people or dwellers of Al-Jannah will respond, they will say, Alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah, الَّذِي صَدَقَنَا وَعْدَهُ, the Lord who truly fulfilled His promise. وَأَوْرَثَنَا الْأَرْضِ, and He made us inherited the land. نَتَبَوَّأُ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ حَيْثُ نَشَاءُ, we dwell in Al-Jannah wherever we want, we wish. And Allah said, فَنِعْمَ لَأَجْرَ الْعَامِلِينَ, what a beautiful way to reward those who work hard. وَتَرَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ, that's where you will see the angels, حَافِينَ مِنْ حَوْلِ الْعَرْشِ, they're going around, surrounding the throne, the divine throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on all sides or angles. يُسَبِّحُونَ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّهِمْ, they are glorifying, sending praises to their Lord. وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ, and everyone will be judged justly, in truth. وَقِيلَ, and it will be said, Alhamdulillah, praise, all thanks and praises be to Allah, Rabbil Alameen, the Lord of the worlds. My dear brothers and sisters in the deen, 54, Okay, 54, chapter 54. Surah Al-Qamar, 54. Go there quickly before I go to the Sheikh. Chapter 54, Surah Al-Qamar. And the verse 57 and 58. 47 and 48. Please. Surah Qamar, chapter 54. The verse is verse 47 and 48. Allah says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن المجرمين في ضلال وسعر يوم يسحبون في النار على وجوههم ذوقوا مس سقر. He said, إن المجرمين. He said, as for the criminals, في ضلال, they are in a manifest error, وسعر, and madness. يوم يسحبون في النار, the day they will get or be dragged. They will be dragged on that day through the hellfire. على وجوههم, on their faces. ذوقوا مس سقر, and they will say to them, taste the touch of the Jahannam Saqar. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from that. Amen. Without much ado, I will pass the mic now to our able Sheikh, Sheikh MAHMOUD Jallo. فليتفضل مشكورا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي خلق الإنسان وعلمه البيان، والصلاة والسلام على من بعث رحمة للعالمين سيد الأولين والآخرين محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. All the praises belong to the Lord of the world, who taught man eloquent speech and taught him the Quran. Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran. May the peace and blessings of Allah be on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his family, companions, and to all of us until the day of resurrection. I will not go through the verses that Sheikh has already explained. Jazahullahu khair. And we also say Jazallahu khair li Amirina Sheikh Dr. Faisal BOADI for all the effort that he's doing for the Ummah. May Allah bless him. Amen. And those of you who have taken your time to come and listen to the verses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent to you and me, we ask the Almighty Allah to make us among those people whom Allah said through the mouth of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, majtama'a qawmun fi baytin min buyuti Allah yatluna kitab Allah wa yatadarasunahu illa حفتهم الملائكة نزلت عليهم السكينة وحفتهم الملائكة, up to the end of the hadith. وذكرهم الله في من عنده. We ask the Almighty Allah to make us among those people whom He said no group of people has decided to get together in one of the houses of Allah. They are reciting the book of Allah, explaining its meanings, except Allah will descend upon them peace and tranquility. And then the angels are actually around us at the moment. And Sheikh said, what are the angels doing? They are listening to what we are doing, and they are also praying for us. That may Allah forgive us.
Amen.
And then he concluded the hadith by saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will mention each and every one of us by name to those that are with him. What? Allahumma jalna minhum. May Allah make us among those people.
Amen.
These verses, if these ones cannot move our skin and our heart, then we are having a problem. The verses that Sheikh Yusuf just recited, may Allah bless him, and he explained it very well. But before I go to anything else, I would like us to think. He was talking about Hashr. The day Allah will gather us. There is a chapter in the Quran called Surah Al-Hashr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained in that surah, if I can tell you, it's Surah 59. And if you go to verse number 18, just to remind you and me, inshallah, when Allah is talking about the day of judgment, what is he telling you and me? Go to Surah Hashr, that is Surah 59. Go to verse 18. We'll start with that verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you and me, and anyone who decides out of his own free will that he believes in the Supreme Being and he deserves to be worshipped, and he called you and he honored you and he dignified you and he respected you. He said, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, O you who believe. Now it's up to me whether I'm going to be fitting in that category of believers, because there are some criteria for me to fit in there. If I don't, then it means he's not calling me, he's calling somebody else. Say, ittaqullah, fear Allah. وَلْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدٍ. Be mindful. Plan yourself. Because this life, it has a beginning and an end. So within that, you have to plan yourself. And planning only is not enough. You have to execute also. That is it. Why Ali radiallahu anhu stated, even though this statement, some of them said he's not the one who said it, but obviously Ibn Taymiyyah did confirm the statement attributed to him. He said, خُلِقَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ بِالْأَقْلِ بِدُونِ شَهْوَةٍ. The angels, Allah created them and gave them faculties, but they have no desires. وَخُلِقَ الْبَهَائِمِ بِلَا أَقْلٍ وَبِشَهْوَةٍ. And the animals haven't got faculties, haven't got reasoning, but they have desires. وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانِ بِكِلَيْهِمَا. And human beings are created with both. Now we human beings, if our senses, our faculties, our thinking supersedes our desires, we are better than the angels. because we have both. So Allah will give us a status better than the angels. But if our desires, our willings, our love for this dunya take over our faculties and our thinking and our obedience to Allah, then we are worse than the animals. We ask the Almighty Allah to save us from that.
Ameen.
So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called you and has called me by saying, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, ittaqullaha fi Allah. Use your brain. Wal tanzur, and let every soul, wal tanzur nafsun, let every soul look to ma qaddamat, what they have brought forward, what they have put forward. Legat, for tomorrow means for the day of judgment. What have you done? Did you ever check yourself? Am I actually putting things for myself forward? Or you just making amani, just hoping that you know Allah will forgive me? Self-accountability. That's what Sheikh is reminding me here. We have to do that. Allah didn't stop there again. He added, Wattaqullah, and fear Allah. Inna Allah, indeed Allah, Khabirun, He knows. You know, Khabir is in the scale of Fa'il. Rahim, Khabir. These are permanent things that nothing can escape Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why His Rahmah, He gave it to the people of Jannah. He said Rahim. Kana bil mu'minina rahima. The people who will go to Jannah, they have Rahim. That's why Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ar-Rahman is for everyone. Whether you believe or not, Allah will give you in this dunya. He'll give you what you need to survive. With the Rahim, He gave it khas for the believing men and women in the hereafter. So Khabir, He knows everything, no matter how minute it is. Bima ta'malun, what you are doing, whether it's open or hidden. But He warned you again, and He warned me. He said, Wala takunu. Don't be among those people. Kalladina, like those, nasullah. They forgot about Allah. And some people, they forget about Allah temporarily and later on they come back. Well, you only hear, He didn't say whether permanently or temporal. He said, La takunu kalladina nasullah. Like those people who forget about Allah. Then what is the consequences of doing that? If you do that, then definitely you expect a consequence. You're not going to do something, then you don't get either a reward or a punishment. He said, the consequence of that, فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ. Then Allah will make you even forget about yourself. You forget about Allah, Allah will make you forget about yourself. And even the things that you are doing in this dunya are things that are going to harm you, destroy you. Because you forget about Allah. He will make you forget yourself. You don't know even what is good for you. That is why here certain people say, you know, even me, I don't know what I want. You hear them saying that? I don't know. At the moment, I don't know what I really want. I'm in a situation, everything is confusing for me. Because Allah has made you even forget about yourself. And what did He say? He concluded the verse by saying, Ulaika, these type of people that I've mentioned, these human beings who are doing that, humul fasiquna, these are the ones who has done fisq, has disobeyed Allah to the highest of disobedience. On the page, inshallah, I will try to conclude that because there's another verse that I'm worried when we go to that one. That is one more worrying for we the believing men and women who are claiming we are believers. And I have to touch on that before I finish. And I hope I will have enough time for that. Allah told you, I know you have heard about hell and heaven. Well, maybe some of us, we have doubts in that. Yeah. We might say we believe in God, but sometimes Shaitan comes to us. Is that true? Is there any hell? Is there any heaven? Are we going to be there? Is this going to be permanent? Or is it going to be temporary? Because I'm praying, is Allah going to take me out of the hell even if I go there for a certain period and I'll go to Jannah? Shaitan comes to us and starts playing with us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to you, be sure, la yastawi ashabun nari wa ashabul jannah. Those people who enters the hellfire, they will never be equivalent to those who goes to Jannah. If you have a doubt on that, Allah is talking to you. If I have a doubt, this is Allah speaking to me directly. He said to conclude that Ashabul Jannati, the people of the heaven, paradise, Humul Faizun. These are the successful ones. Humul Faizun. But we don't measure success by going to Jannah. In this dunya, you start hearing people, that person is really, really successful. He's achieved PhDs, children, all of them graduated top universities. He's married to 4 wives. Everything is going right. That woman, mashallah, her children actually doing everything for her. She's getting everything. Luxury cars in the back home countries. Over here, she travels whenever she likes. Mashallah. Children has grown up. They're doing everything for her. Oh, I am really successful. I really achieved. If you think this is achievement, it's a temporal achievement. It flies like a rocket. And it's going to finish quickly. Just one illness can knock that individual, you take him out of there. May Allah make us among the people who will enter.
Amen.
So I told you, you have been given hearts. And that heart is not a rock. It's not a mountain. It's not metal. It's something that blood flows inside it. So it should be different. It should be better than things that has obeyed Allah that are jamadat. Things that doesn't have any blood flowing in them. And what are they? See that Quran that we are reading today? Always we read it. We explain it. It enters here, comes out over there, go home, go back to normal life. Go to the graveyard, we bury somebody, we stand at the edge. We look at that 6 feet underneath. We put that person in there, person who I know, and I've been dealing with him all this time. And he's my relative. Sometimes my husband, sometimes my wife is sleeping next to me. I go and do that, and I come out, no improvement. All the time we bring Janazah. Yeah. We go into the graveyard, and we see all that. Allah said, لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن, this book that you are reading, if we send this down, ala jabalin, on top of a mountain, لَرَأَيْتَهُ, you will see that mountain, خَاشِئًا, trembling. If this Quran was sent on top of a mountain, you will see it humble, mutasaddian, and it surrenders min khashiyatillah, min khashiyatillah, in fearness of Allah. If mountains can do that, what about you human beings? How strong are we? How can we claim so arrogant that we cannot even look at Jibala Tula? These mountains, we can't even be able to do anything to them without the mighty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowing us. So if they can do that, what about us? وَتِلْكَ الْأَمْثَالُ, these examples and parables, نَدْرِبُهَا لِلنَّاسِ, we tell it to humanity, لَأَلَّهُمْ, maybe يَتَفَكَّرُونَ, they will ponder and reflect. Finally, let's go to Surah Al-Hadid, the chapter of the ayah. Yeah, chapter 57. I think this should be ayah 12, I think, if I don't make a mistake. So Allah has warned this. Now, before we cross the Sirat and go to where we are supposed to be, either Jannah or either heaven or hell, this is the situation that is going to happen on the Day of Judgment. Let's look at this and see. That's verse 12, Surah 57, please. Surah Al-Hadid. 57. So, what scholars usually do when they actually read verses, they imagine in themselves within that verse they are actually doing the things. And they are, so we are imagining here, we are now in the Day of Judgment. What is going to happen there? Yes, let's put ourselves, our minds in that situation. That's what many scholars, when they read the Quran, that's what happened to them. Because that's why you see them crying a lot. Because they are imagining they are the ones that this thing is happening to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَوْمَ تَرَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَسْعَى نُورُهُمْ بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ. So on the Day of Judgment, when you will see the believing men and women. Here he didn't stop only by saying believers. He specifically made it clear, believing men and women. Because this is an important issue, he has to differentiate and make sure that everyone is in. No one can doubt. Yes, anuruhum. You will see the lights is doing what? Guiding them? Yeah? Baina aydihim, in front of them. They have lights in front of them. Why do you need light? To see. So what about, is the place clear?
No.
It's not clear. That's the reason why he's talking about light here. So you imagine on the Day of Judgment, we are standing there, you can't even see your hand. You can't see anything. Some of us, if we go to the villages, if the darkness comes, you never see them coming out because they're worried maybe a snake will come out there and bite them. They're worried about dying. So here, the Day of Judgment, the outside is dark. And darkness upon darkness. There is no light. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give the believing men and women a light in front of them. وَبِأَيْمَانِهِمْ, and he will give them also another light on their right. tidings for you, the believing men and women. Bushurakum al-yawm. Today, what do you have? Jannatun. Paradises. Tajri, that flows min tahtiha, under them. Al-anhar. Rivers. Khalidina fiha, you will remain there forever. Dhalika, what has been mentioned above, huwa al-fawz al-azim. This is the great success. If you are thinking about success, think about this. How am I going to be among these believing men and women? But what's worrying now is here. Is for us not to be counted among the munafiqs. That is the worrying situation. Because that's the worst situation. The Sahabas used to ask, the Sahabi who knows about the munafiqs, did the Prophet tell you I'm among them? Because they are worried. And these are Sahabas. What about us? Are we not worried? We should be worried. Especially me, who is talking here. Allah is telling me in the Quran, I'm coming here preaching to you every day, and then do I actually practice that? Do I actually do that in my house? When all of you are not seeing me, am I applying that? Is worrying. And all of us here, obviously we preach. Sometimes we talk to our kids. You don't have to do this. This is not allowed. It's haram. Do you actually do it sometime? يوم يقول المنافقون والمنافقات للذين آمنوا انظرونا نقتبس من نوركم. So in that darkness, the munafiqs are standing there, they have no light. They don't know where to head. How am I going to get out of here? I don't know where to go. And it is time to go to either Jannah or hell. I don't know which way to follow. Then they will call on to the believing men and women. Wait for us. They are ahead of them. Please wait for us. Let's get some little light from you. At least give us some little bit so that we can know where we are stepping, where we are headed. Naktabis with iktabasa is when you take something from another thing and you join them together for you to get something. It's just like a candle is lighting here, you take another candle next to it and you get a little bit of light. That is what they are asking. What will be said to Ila? It will be said. Even Allah didn't mention it. Allah will say it. Is to tell them how He has ignored them totally. He doesn't care about them anymore. And these are the munafiqs. And the Quran told us, Innal munafiqina fi darkil asfali minan nar. The hypocrites. May Allah save us from being among them. Amen. They will be in the bottom part of the hellfire. Then it will be said to them, Irji'u, go back. Wara'akum, behind you, go back behind you. It's dark. How am I going to go behind? I don't know where to go. Faltamisu nura, and go and look for light. When the scholars capture this terminology here, what does it mean? It means in the dunya you were deceiving people. Now go back there and go get light. Because you get light from the dunya, not here. Other one said, on that particular day of judgment, before the darkness comes, Allah is going to distribute the light to the people in a particular place. Those people who are believers, they will get light. Those who are not, they will not. The munafiqs will not get. Or they will get a little bit. because they had a little bit of iman. And then immediately the darkness comes, their lights will be switched off. Because that is why they are asking the other ones, can you allow us just to take from your one so that we can lead our one? What happened? فَضُرِبَ بَيْنَهُمْ ضَرَبًا. Allah will drop a wall between them straight away, between the believing men and women and the hypocrites. Bisurin, a wall. Lahu babun. And you know this wall? It has a door. That is to make them have more problems psychologically. There's a door there. They have a hope to go through the door. Well, Allah will abandon that. What happened he's going to do? He said, Babidun, who inside where the Muslims, the believing men and women are, fiha rahmah, there's mercy. So in other words, the handle of that particular door is on the other side where the believing men and women are. The other side, you cannot open it. There's no way you can open it. There's no handle. And they will come to the door, started crying, asking them, help us. You will see what they will say. But the back of the door where the munafiqs are, min qibalihil adhab, punishment, all the types of punishment you can imagine is behind there. So what the munafiqs will say? You now don't know. They will be calling them. Oh my brothers, oh my sisters, alam nakum ma'akum. You know that we were all together in the masjid. We all used to pray together. We all used to go to these gatherings together. Please don't leave us here. Just imagine that. It's like when you are about to drown in the river and somebody is near there who is good in swimming and you started begging, help me to get out, not to die. And that one is just dying. What about this one? This is a permanent status.
He does not care to help you.
Yes, he doesn't care. He can't. Qalu. The believers will say, Bala, indeed. You are with us. We all used to go to the masjid. We all used to pray together. But you know what he did to us? That is what's going to come there. وَلَكِنَّكُمْ فَتَنْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ. You are responsible for all what has happened to you. You put yourself through so many tests. What are the tests? Some of the scholars, what they explain on this is that some people, they themselves has made themselves open to evil activities until they are used to it and they are sucked inside it. That is fatantum anfusakum. You put yourself in test. Wherever there's bad things happening, you want to go there, and then you still want to come to the masjid and listen to the Quran. Yeah? The nightclubs, you want to be there.
It's a fire go burn you.
Yeah? Fire go burn you.
That's the song. Fire go burn you and they're dancing.
You want to be there, and you are the one putting yourself in that test. You are the one putting yourself in that trouble. And then you end up being sucked into it. That is when وَلَكِنْ فَتَنْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ. And then you sat down and you said, you know, everything will be fine. You know, I always do my 5-minute prayers. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Yeah, there are some people who don't even pray. Alhamdulillah, at least I pray. At least I fast by the month of Ramadan. But leave that, let me do those things, you know. Let me go see that Murema, because right now I need what I want. Yeah? Let me see that Alpha, let him write for me the jujus that he's going to. No worries, Allah will forgive him, inshallah. Karabasto. You sat down there, giving up, and hoping, and that is the next one that comes there. Say, Tarabastum, Wartabtum, and you are going forward and backward. Sometimes you're on the good side, sometimes you're on the bad side. You are going around like that. And you are always doubting. You are not even sure whether Islam is the truthful religion. You are just in the edge. You are worshipping Allah just on the edge. There's a doubt. وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِي. And you've been diluted with hopes. You always aspire of having too many hopes. You know, like somebody one time was telling me, no, Sheikh, inshallah we're not going to go to heaven. We're going to go to heaven. Yeah, we are guaranteed that. Don't worry about that, Sheikh. We pray. Yeah, we are guaranteed. Who is guaranteed heaven? Who is that person? The Sahabas, they never said I'm guaranteed heaven. How can you sit down and say you are guaranteed?
Even those who were promised.
Even those who are promised. Then what happened? You continue doing that. Hatta jaa amrullah. Until the command of Allah comes. Death. He has ordered Malakul Maut go and take the life of that individual. We ask the Almighty Allah to save us. So, وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورُ. And you've been deluded by the master of all delusions. And that is Shaitan. Satan has given you too many hopes. And giving me too many hopes. I think I'll stop here. Because if I go further than this, I will take everything and didn't leave anything for my shuyukh, and I want to learn something from them. Jazitum kull al-khair. We ask the Almighty Allah to save us from being counted among the munafiqs. May Allah make us mu'mins, and may He take our lives while we are mu'mins. And may He resurrect us while we are mu'mins. And on the day of judgment, may He put us among the people who will be on the side of the wall that is Rahmah. And may He allow us to enter paradise and stay with the Anbiya and the Mursaleen and the Shuhada في جنة الفردوس الأعلى. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
سبحانك يا رب. جزا الله خير. Jannah. May Allah grant all of us Al-Jannah. What a beautiful moment we are having. A moment of reflection. A time for us to come back to our roots. Because this is basically our roots. Allah created us as innocent, pious servants. As we are born. And we follow the dunya today. And some of us have diverted from our origins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us come back to our origins. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. May Allah reward you, Sheikh. We have only prayers for you, and of course that's what we have for everyone, and we should be doing. And may Allah reward all the Sheikhs. We have Sheikh BAIMBA here, and my humble brother, Sheikh MUSA, mashallah. As you can see, when the Sheikh was talking about the mouth, Sheikh Wadi said the mouth. You can see my Sheikh was twisting his eyes like. And then when the Sheikh was talking about mashallah, he said especially those, if Allah give you 4 wives and so on, I said I can see mashallah smile on the high table. May Allah reward all of you. And I can say, I think all the name Sheikh, nobody. That's so beautiful. Is that not so? Now we don't have much to say. Tonight is my Sheikh's night. And BOADI, have anything? Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to give you time, inshallah, the next maximum 5 minutes to ask questions, and we have the Sheikhs here, especially Sheikh BAIMBA, who will be answering to the questions, and Sheikh MUSA, inshallah. See? And we have the questions which are for Sheikh MUSA, and we have the questions which are for Sheikh BAIMBA. So inshallah my Sheikhs are here with the questions today. You see, Sheikh MUSA said start with Sheikh BAIMBA. Hey, we were just talking about Yawm al-Qiyamah. The light is gone off. Inshallah, just put it on again by mistake here. MashaAllah. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. So we go now straight to the questions, please. Straight to the point. And it would be good if it pertains the topic that we are talking about here. Very, very important. None.
Is there any question?
Yes, sister.
I just want the Sheikh to narrate for us about the MUNAFIQ, which are those people that Allah made.
Okay. You want to?
No. Who are these people?
Okay. Alright. Okay. 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 That's good. Okay. Well, let me go, inshallah. We want to take like 4 questions. Finish. Then we just pass them to the Sheikh, as we did last week. Any question? Nam ya Habibi.
Why do the Sahaba, the Ashra Mubashirin, they are promised that they go to Jannah? Why are they not sure that they go to Jannah? Why are they still have the doubt that they go to Jannah if the Prophet promised them to go to Jannah?
Inshallah. Now, my humble brother from Queen Mary's University, mashallah, is asking, he said, why do those Sahabas who've been promised of Al-Jannah, it's mentioned that they're going to Al-Jannah, but yet they have doubts. They said no, they are not sure that they're going to Al-Jannah. They're still asking Allah for them to go to Al-Jannah. Why? Why were they not sure that they're going to Al-Jannah? Now, the next question. Yes, my humble sister.
My question is, I'm thinking about the forefathers, four people before.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically the understanding I have now,
Yeah.
I wasn't have it when I was in my country regarding about the religion.
No.
So I'm thinking about the past people. What are they going to do regarding about God? Because they too are.
They probably did not get the understanding that you have now, and the ignorance was.
Yes.
Okay. That's a very good question. May Allah reward you for that. Very, very good question. And then the final, the list, well, not the last. The last but not the list, actually. Yeah. Let's listen, please.
You mentioned about the believers on the Day of Judgment, they'll see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I remember hearing a sheikh saying on YouTube before, saying that this is for a special gift for those who are in Jannah.
Yeah.
Can you just clarify on that, please?
Okay. The brother saying, inshallah, even though we have not reached that topic yet, to that topic yet, inshallah, it will come about Al-Jannah. The brother is asking, saying that I've mentioned, or someone mentioned as well, saying that you will see Allah Yawm al-Qiyamah. And of course, he said, the Sheikh mentioned that this is a special token gift to those who will enter Al-Jannah, only them. So he just wants the Sheikhs to elaborate on that. Now, I will pass the mic to Sheikh BAIMBA. I start with him. Sheikh, as you've heard, Ya Habibi, the brother sister is asking, when they say munafiq, who is the munafiq? It all leads. Now your turn.
Only right.
Allah Akbar. Okay. Me. Me and the moderator is the answer. Okay, then I go to Sheikh MUSA. Sheikh MUSA. Why the table just everybody send the ball to that one? Then the best person who can score the goal is Sheikh BOADI. That will give you the attackers.
No, I got a problem.
But sorry.
That side, the buying is specialized on that shit.
It's supposed to be this man.
No, you see the way the baton is going there?
Alright, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, as far as nifaq is concerned, what's the meaning of nifaq? It comes from the word nafaqa. Nafaqa means a hole that you make. And that hole that people make, that, mashallah, some of you have been in the village, isn't it? There is a certain creature, animal, that have a hole underground. But it has two entrances. You have one here, and it had another one over the other side. The one which is here, it is clear. You can see it. But the next one here, it puts something on it that you will not see it. You will not see it. So some people, sometimes they will put maybe fire in front of here and put it so that the smoke will come, creating for it to come here. When you are doing that, it goes over the other side. So you may be doing it, it's already gone. Then until later on you see that the smoke is coming from that side. It's already gone. Alright. Okay. So the person was called nifaq, the person is like that. You have these two ways and so forth. But Professor Nassim, mashallah, I will not go into more detail because that is not our topic. Professor Nassim had described, only giving us some of the descriptions. Okay? The symptoms, among them he says, when he speaks, he what? He lies. Good. And the second one, when he promises. And the third one, when he's entrusted with what? Any kind of a trust, what does he do? Huh? Alright, he cheats on it, okay? Betrays it, isn't it? Alright, and the fourth one, when he argues about something and something like that, what does he do? He explodes. Okay? He explodes. So, these are some of the qualities. In other words, here he is talking about the negative aspect of morality. The negative aspect of the morality. Therefore, you should not be among these kind of things and so forth. And bismillahi ta'ala. Because some of the time, sometimes you also lie, isn't it? Huh? So you have to be very careful.
MashaAllah. And the second question goes to Sheikh BAIMBA. Again, the question is, the brother is asking, saying, if the Sahabas, they've been promised Al-Jannah, Bushra, but yet they are working very hard. They are not sitting there saying that I've got Al-Jannah, I've been promised. They were not sure. They're doing working very hard. Why was that?
That man don't refuse.
No,
Actually, I don't want to speak today because we are here to learn, and mashallah, my Sheikh has actually reflected also on very important issues about Yawm al-Qiyamah. One of the things he said was to put yourself into that position, and it's tough. So may Allah make it easy for all of us. These things are difficult because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَنَسْأَلَنَّ الَّذِينَ أُرْسِلَ إِلَيْهِمْ وَلَنَسْأَلَنَّ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala going to question the messenger as well as those who the message was delivered to. So it's maybe good that we are coming here, we are listening, but it's going to be tough for us because we're going to be asked, you know, did you not hear this? Did you not listen to this? Did you not witness this? Did you not learn this? Did you not explain this? And it's tough because we are failing as a community We are failing in our family duties. We are failing as husbands. We are failing as wives. We are failing our children. We are failing ourselves. So if Malakal Maut was to come today, what actually have we sent before? You know, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all our sheikhs and all our imams. And may Allah make us more pious. To come to the question of the brother, the Sahabas, we know they graduated from this prophetic university. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught them. And one of the things the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught is to be humble. To humble yourself. Humility. With all the knowledge that you have. With all the things that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has blessed you with. People should be looking for you. You shouldn't be coming forward. So when they were promised the Al-Jannah by him, radiallahu anhu, who does not speak out of his own free desires, you know, in huwa illa wahyun yuha, he speaks out of revelation. It becomes pertinent and important that they are humble because they haven't reached the final. They haven't reached the final judgment. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam can promise them based on what they're doing at the time. But if that goes into their head and then they start to become munafiqs or to become hidden kuffars, or they become mutakabirin, they are proud, they are arrogant, then anytime they have those negative effects, it reduces their iman. You see? So therefore, in Bible atawadu, from humility, they were always prayerful. Even in Ramadan, we all know that they divided the year in Ramadan. 6 months before Ramadan, they say, Allahumma balighna Ramadan. And after Ramadan, they don't boast like some of us do. This Ramadan, I have fed people, I have done this, I have done that, we cooked in the masjid, they didn't give us certificate. Oh, what's that? What's that? So they didn't want that. You know, when you read the hayat of the Sahaba, you read humility. Abu Bakr and Umar, they're competing. They're competing. And Abu Bakr was close to the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, but he did things the Rasul Sallallahu never knew. So it was minbab tawadu, bow out of humility. So they pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, even though we have been given this good news, but that should not reduce our iman, that should not reduce our salah, that should not reduce our taqwa. We have to pray until we get the goal. You understand? And this is the problem that we have today, you know. I remember in the World Cup, they were analyzing African players. They said these guys are very good, but they go to the field, they feel they can win. And then they start playing with the ball. And when it's 10 minutes, that's the time they realize that, oh, they haven't even won the match yet. And that's what happens to a lot of Muslims. Yes, and that's why those who accept Islam are more pious than us. Because they don't joke with it. Oh, my friend, I was born Muslim, man. My mom is Hajjah, my dad is this, you know. And that's how it comes. We become too slacking. So then we lose it. So it is a race against time. We are not winning it. From what we can see, we are not winning it at all. We are losing it. But may Allah make it easy for us. And these are the reason why these kinds of halakat are important. Like Sheikh was saying, I was writing down, he says self-assessment, self-evaluation. You look at yourself. But our business now, we don't look at ourselves, we look at other people. Hey, these people don't pray. This people does not know how to pray. He even does not know how to pray better, but you want to look at what other people are doing. So may Allah make it easy for us. So فَلَا تُزَكُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ.
Alhamdulillah, Kafa. Just hadith that when the Sheikh was explaining this about the humility about the Sahabiyat, the Ashab of Rasul, the companions of the Rasul, both male and female. And the Prophet said in an important hadith that there are some people, they will do some action which you see everything is about Jannah. I mean, you see Jannah in their face, and we see everything that they do, they are being guaranteed Jannah. He said, well, at the end of the day, they will end up doing something that's just like what the Sheikh was saying. If they are not being destined there really by their actions, and they will just automatically change at the end of the time of their departure on this dunya, and they do the wrong thing, which will shift them from the hell to, from the Jannah to the hellfire. Likewise, someone will be doing bad things. Everybody will disown that person. That person will say, this person is not a person of Jannah. At the end of his time to depart, his or her time to depart this world, thing changes. And he does maybe just one deed that will make him enter Jannah. We see that those who accept Islam and those who, in one of the other hadiths, that they commit the worst, the man commit the worst sin and ask for forgiveness from one person to another, and he was not guaranteed until he went to the one who has the knowledge, and he said, leave this city and go to another city. So the whole thing is about, like when the Sheikh was saying here, we have this kind of problem, especially in this community. We are taking advantage of the situation that because we are Sierra Leoneans or we are born Muslims, so we think that will allow us to enter Jannah. There is no rest in peace. There is no guarantee at this time, except the last moment wherein we lay there, and we can able even to say, not only by our actions, but the kalima to shahada, and you pronounce it, and then it's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to decide your fate. But there is no guarantee, even if you do the best to the end of it, you think that you go away, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what is in the secret and knows what is in the open. As the Sheikh quoted the last ayah, فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَعْلَمُ مَنِ اتَّقَى. You cannot able to purify yourself in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He knows those who are really conscious of Him. So I said what I've said, so I'll just pass the mic to the Sheikh to continue to the other question.
Okay. Yeah, that's, yeah, okay. Yeah, the Sheikh wants to say one more.
Just brother, I know, inshallah, Sheikh has already answered the question, but he said the Sahabas, they graduated from the University of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So if you look at the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, even though Allah has forgiven his past sins and his coming sins, did he relax? So why should the Sahaba relax? Because they've been told they're going to Jannah. And if they are told they're going to Jannah, which Jannah they know what they're going to? Are they going to the highest Jannah? To the bottom one? So obviously they're going to work extra hard, because most of them want to be with the Messenger of Allah in the top Jannah. And so therefore, they have no complacency. They don't give up. This is the character of a believer. Yeah. Okay, the Sheikh will complete that inshallah. Just to emphasize that they are the people who graduated from the University of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So they always want to follow what the Prophet did. The Prophet never gave up. Even though Allah has written everything, you are forgiven everything. Past, coming, but he becomes the best human being in terms of character, in terms of ibadah, in terms of everything. And he continued like that until Allah takes it. So therefore the Sahabas has to follow his footsteps.
Inshallah, this topic, the Sheikhs, they talk because it's a wide topic. May Allah reward it. We have a very two quick questions. Now, the sister asked, she said, she's thinking of how she used to be when she was back home. She did not acquire the knowledge she has acquired here, the understanding of the deen. So she's just thinking about the forefathers and those who have gone to the world beyond. How would their situation be Yawm al-Qiyamah? How are they going to stand before Allah when they don't have the knowledge that we have now about the deen? What will be their situation? And then the final one, I'm going to combine both. The other one was the brother. The brother was asking a clarification or to buttress on that by saying those who are going to earn Al-Jannah, to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who are the dwellers of Al-Jannah. That one is the truth, and what the Sheikh have told you is true. We don't want to go back to that one, inshallah. But inshallah, when we come to that topic, the Sheikh will advise on that. And we go to the Sheikh now, inshallah, for the final question, because I think they're waiting for the zakah. I can see hands, but please, we are begging for the sake. Yeah.
No, I mean, you
said this one will be left for
the last one, yeah.
But it means that there's one more to go.
No. Oh no, I've answered his already. I said to him, I said, yes, it's true.
Okay.
You have one more to go. Except if you ask our Jabba leader. Okay, then you see. So inshallah, we ask the Sheikh to go straight to the point and answer the question straight away, inshallah. What his sister have said.
Yeah, straight.
Sheikh Yusuf. You should be giving it to Sheikh BOADI so that we learn more. May Allah have mercy upon us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, تِلْكَ أُمَّةٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ لَهَا مَا كَسَبَتْ وَلَكُمْ مَا كَسَبْتُمْ وَلَا تُسْأَلُنَّ عَمَّا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكَ فَلَا تَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْمُمْتَرِينَ. So Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah that the generation that have passed before, they have their own sins. And us, we have ours. So you should not be worried about them. You should be worried about yourself. Allah says, ذَلِكَ مَبْلَغُهُم مِّنَ الْإِلْمِ. That is the knowledge that God gave them. And that's how they worship Allah. But I will tell you, my sister, my dad worship Allah more than myself. My dad. So we should not look that we have this knowledge wide in front of us. Our people practice and they were truthful. They practiced and they were truthful. They stuck to it. They didn't have too much knowledge, but what they knew, they followed. Our mothers the same. What they knew, they followed. Now we have PhDs, we have double masters, we have triple masters. We haven't done anything. Right? Now, health and safety. My mom taught me health and safety. Health and safety says, if you leave something on the floor and somebody steps on it, what's going to happen? Now you have to go a course for 1,000 pounds for them to teach you health and safety. And we're even not practicing it. Look at the deen. Before, when our people go to Hajj, when they come, they are different. Right? Now people go to Hajj as tourism. Yes. And they want it, exactly. When they come, they have to do big reception. And then even the character is not reformed. So me, when I graduated, I was doing dawah and people were asking about my parents, about other people, about our old alphas. I said, leave them. Leave them. Don't bother yourself with them. Focus on yourself. Alaykum anfusakum. Allah says in the Quran, Alaykum anfusakum. You and your problem. La yadurukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. Those who are gone astray, they will not affect you if you are straightforward, if you are steadfast. So don't look at your friend, oh, that my friend, they go to the party, they enjoy. Le fam. Focus. Hey, that person in also focus. That's the point. That's the message they've been giving you all along. Because you are going to go there alone. They are gone. Their judgment is with Allah. But what about us? So may Allah have mercy upon them. Where they make mistake, may Allah make it easy for them. But our question is going to be tougher than them. Because Sheikh Mahmoud was talking about the tafsir. Now when you go to learn, when you go to study, they give you all these books. Some of the things that we know now, some of them, they knew them scantily. You know? Now we have access to Bukhari, we have access to Muslim. All the hadith book, we have access to all of them. And then we have access to the Quran, we have access to all the tafsirs. But what do? We do less. Because we are become born lawyers now, free lawyers. We are the people who say, God will understand, Allah will understand. So may Allah make it easy for us. Jazakumullah khairan. Okay.
Okay. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, may Allah forgive us. Amen. May Allah accept this beautiful effort of ours. Amen. Our brothers and sisters who are here and they are going through problems, trials, tribulations, we ask Allah to ease their burden. Amen. Those who are sick amongst us and amongst the Muslim Ummah, may Allah give them shifa. Shifa and la yughadir saqaman ya kareem.